Here's an old train bridge right here, and no longer in use today, evidently. Rusted over pretty good. But I'm going to look at it and try to get an idea how old it might be. Really nice though. They just don't make things like they used to, do they? Let's get really close in here. I like to have one of these for my train set at home. Log truck going underneath here. This is 15 feet 5 inches tall. It's not real tall, I guess, but there's really that rustic look to it, doesn't it? I like that. Another view here. Yeah, this is no longer in use here. Okay, we're at the top up here, this trestle. You can see where the tracks split, how black they are. Nobody runs on these tracks. How old the tires are right here. And this orange abutment here, it's there for a reason. And they pulled up the track up through here. So definitely you can't go across it. So that's kind of interesting, you know, you see something like this old. And haven't seen any markings yet, so I don't know how old this is yet. But it's been here for a long time, probably since the 20s, I guess, somewhere around there. I have to try to look it up. But all the railroad ties are rotted out. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to ride a train through these bridges like this right here, over the rivers and stuff like that too. Now, I've got like a sprained ankle, and I just climbed all the way up here. You probably can't tell, but it's really slopes down bad. And we got guys out here working. And this is normally what happens when you, like in this case with a little bit of a sprained foot, painfully climb all the way up here, which I have to go back down too. And once I get to the top up here, I look around, and guess what? There's a road right here, and you see this guy in a truck right here? That's flat ground. So I could have drove up here if I'd have known that road was there, which it may be a little boggy, I don't know, because it had some rain. But yeah, I could have drove up here instead of having to crawl up here almost. And right here is a medical prison, medical state prison. Now back on the other side, way back over here is you can hear the train come through. They got a track that runs across here because I intercepted it up the road there off to the left. So I know they can hear that train. I wonder if they think about like Johnny Cash's song. They hear that train coming, which is a little farther down the line. They shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. Well, I was going to walk this. It's not very smart to walk that anyway. I would not encourage people to do that. I'm definitely not going to walk it with a sprained foot. Not like I'd fall off in the street there. But just wanted to see this trestle here. It's just, I guess you'd call that a trestle, or a nice steel bridge. I love rivets in it too, like hot rivets. Looks like really nice. It's strange what train chasing and things like that will make you do. Now, to get down from here without breaking my neck. Yeah, they're clearing some land here, you can tell. They got Fort Gordon over to the left here, so of me. So they're gonna make a right of way there and a new gate. Just a little panoramic view. Top of the trestle. Okay, guy, here's a little bridge here, a train bridge here. I remember we call it a trestle. This is, I think originally was pretty old, but it's 14 feet 1 inches tall. And somebody's been up there. They put some writing. And I just want to check that out and just see. Looks like the train may still run on it, the way those tracks look. So, looks like a fairly easy climb right up here. Okay, another view here. And we got some ties been thrown off right there. Well, they may still use this. You can see where they piled these ties up right here. It'll be a nice time for a train to come through. Oh yeah, I can tell the train still comes through here. Yeah. This is a pretty nice track right here. Straight as an arrow. That's pretty nice. This is in December, so the leaves and foliage has changed. And looking behind us, we can see it's straight away too. And you can look at the metal here on these tracks, get a good idea that these tracks are well used. And here's some fairly new spikes right here. They haven't even changed colors much. Pretty sharp on the edge too. Yeah, this is really pretty up here. Let's take a closer look at that trestle. One last look. Go to Cool Bus. And there's something about the peacefulness of a railroad track cutting through the woods. If you love the woods, which I do, it is such a beautiful thing. Peaceful. Back to nature. Okay. You can see this Old South Bridge. And these rivets here. Up here on top. That's the way they did it in the old days. I don't see anything that gives us a sign of its age. You can see these rivets right here, like the old style that they heated up. Pop through there. And you have this track right here. I think just make sure the wheels stay together. They come over this right here. Usually, you know, the ground will move a little bit, but when you come over a bridge, it's usually pretty firm and hard. And here comes somebody. It's my white car down there. This is a short bridge right here too, so it's something you can get off of pretty quick. Now up here, you don't have any reason, I don't guess, for, you know, a train to blow a whistle or anything like that, because there's no intersections up here, so you better be listening out for one. Those diesel engines, I know, they're pretty quiet engines, and but the trains themselves make a good bit of noise. Now you can see these spikes right here coming up. I say they're using this, I would assume they are, but those spikes need to be pushed back down. Ooh. And this is just kind of like in the bottom of a hill. And look at this. This is one thing that's kind of interesting sometimes. I love Mandy. Johnny Taylor, Summer, Tristan. Some of the names and stuff, you know, people paint on these bridges and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting. The school bus. And you can see this track in the middle here. Make sure everything stays together. You know, even on a model train set, you have something similar to this right here that will put your wheels back in line on your train set. This is pretty neat. Yeah, I don't encourage anybody. Pretty green. I don't encourage anybody to play around on railroad tracks. Now I'm looking in front of me, behind me. And I'm not using my ears alone to determine whether or not a train is coming. So you best be really looking both ways. Okay, this is kind of a view here. Field. I'm doing cutting some timber there. I saw a car go by on my left, way back down there. So here's the intersection. Well, I see it now. There's two intersections. The train would blow a whistle. If he was coming, you would hear him. It'd be nice to see when I come across here. I forgot what you call these right here, plants, but they're the kind that you do not want to walk into because the edges on them have a stiff point and they will really stick you. But they're kind of pretty to look at, but these things were really, it's like briars. They're really stick you bad. You run into those things. Stopped and railroad crossing. This is kind of the backwoody part here. And this is at that next track. You can see where it branches off where we were at and it comes up here. And straight across here. And there's another track coming across here. I mean, they just run all over the place. There's like 5 or 6 different tracks. And I see some cars. You can't see it through the woods here, but that well. But back over here, some cars backed up. Okay, here's another track we just ran over, and that's our 4th track. And we were up here, way up there. This track right here, if you can see, where it branches off like into 2 different sections here. Right there, branches off 2 different sections. So again, they have like the rock quarry, and they have clay and other stuff that they transport. And so right here is just a conglomerate of like 5 or 6 different tracks. And around this corner right here are some train cars that are parked there. They're already harvesting the cotton, and now I don't know why they use pink wrap, but you know that plastic protects it from the rain and the elements, and those are huge bales right there. I mean, I don't know, they're about 8 foot tall or something like that. But they're huge. And you just roll them up like that. But there's a lot of money in cotton down here in Georgia. Right in this area right here too, we have cotton fields. Some people call it white gold. But it's pretty. Let's take a close-up look at this cotton here. Most people hadn't never probably seen cotton, I don't know, but this is kind of how it, well, here's a better example. This is how it looks right here, and then as it begins to open up, you have your cotton. Now you pick cotton, I mean, that's the way it looks. These edges right here, let's see, these edges right here, when it's really fresh, and the points right here can cut your fingers. So picking cotton is not quite as easy. These things are sharp. I'm gonna get it. These things right here are sharp on the edge right here. So picking cotton, Get your hands real callous, but that's as cotton as you get, right? Look how fluffy that is. That's almost a handful right there too, just from one. And it don't weigh anything, and you get paid by the weight in the bags, and so it takes a lot. And here's one that's bloomed out pretty good right here. Yep. Whitefield cotton. It's got an overcast day today too. A lot of graffiti there. I'll just tell you, by the time you hear, I'm sitting here waiting for the train, right, to come. I've been here about 25 minutes. By the time you hear the train whistle, and I have my window down just for that. Time I heard the train whistle, and within 20 seconds, let's say 25 seconds,